Thank you. So officially welcome to the November, can't believe that's November, Conversation at the Center. I am your host, Clint Thacker, and we want to talk about some things today. First of all, some questions that have come up. I only got two questions. One of them came in the nick of time at 12:59, so they barely made it in, but we'll count it. One question was, so please report the number of surgeries that we've had in the last 6 months. I'm sorry, how many spay and neuter surgeries we've had in the last 6 months. So we've had a grand total of 2,258 sterilization surgeries in the last 6 months. It's broken down as foster. So in other words, animals that were in foster, 121, foster to adopt. Those are animals that leave the center not sterilized and come back in. That's 392. Public spay and neuter is 91. And what that is that was a way we were counting some of these cats that came in from somebody who owns them, but they let them live outside. So it was kind of a TNR thing, but not really, because they were claiming ownership of these cats. So we didn't have, this was before the city ordinance. So before that, we really didn't know what to call them. So we just counted them as public spay and neuters. So that was 91. Rescue spay and neuter is 179. It's when an animal's rescued from us and they come back in, has to be sterilized, and they pay for it. 179. RTO sterilization. So that is a return to owner, is what RTO stands for. And that's 65. So that's somebody who comes in, gets their animal, or their animal got impounded or brought in here. They come and redeem it, and then we by law, there's a fee they have to pay if it's unsterilized. It's a state mandated fee. So then they in turn say, let's just sterilize it. So those are good ones. We like those. Shelter animals that are sterilized. Those animals become our property. That's 346. SNAP, spay and neuter. This is our public spay and neuter, where we're targeting those that qualify as low income. So SNAP spay and neuter is 230. And then no pull rescue sterilization. So that means rescues came to us with an animal they did not pull from us. We will do those surgeries as spots allow. So that was 136, and they are charged for those and pay for them. And then TNR cat spay and neuter is 698 for a grand total of 2,258 cats, or sorry, animals that have been spayed and neutered in the last 6 months. I believe that is here from May until the end of October, what we've had. And the next question was, please talk about the situation at New Hope Rescue, since this isn't the first time they've been involved in animal welfare problems. So this is coming from, I don't know if all of you saw it, it's been going crazy on Facebook, New Hope Animal Rescue, I think is their official name. Anyways, they're one of our partners in Colorado that we work with. The PACFA is called, but I forgot what that stands for. Went in and investigated them. There's some cruelty charges, some animals that were in bad conditions. I want you to know, the first time we delivered there, I walked through the facility and I didn't see anything that I said no to or that was bad. Nothing any worse than what we have here at the center. There were some animals inside cages, but everything was clean, looked good. There was some previous things with the director at New Hope where she was being charged, or no, she was accused of animal cruelty. And I spoke to her about that. And it's the same situation we have here, where an animal is sick or somebody adopts an animal from us and then they get sick. And we say, well, this, if it's out of this time period that we have, say it's 2 weeks, then you need to be responsible for this animal. You've adopted it, it's yours. And so the same situation there. They had, the director was being sued or alleged animal cruelty because they were refusing to care for an animal that if I remember right, they had for several months, but was then sick. Them being the adopters had. So that was the case before, and now there's this. So PACFA actually reached out. PACFA is a government thing that Colorado does. Bernice, if you can hear me, or Doc, do you know what PACFA stands for? If you could look that up and let us know.
Let me see if I can find it real quick for you.
All right, thanks. It's Colorado's the only state that has this special PACFA license that we have to have. We have a PACFA license because we transfer animals into Colorado, and then Colorado, it's like a monitoring system organization of animals coming in and out of Colorado. Anyways, we've had discussions with them because some of our animals are there at New Hope, but they are no longer a partner with us. We're going to be working with until they can get their act together. So, Bernice, what you got?
It stands for Pet Animal Care Facilities Act.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much. And every place that brings animals into Colorado has to have a PACFA license. So we have ours, and we've been told ours is not in danger. That, you know, we honestly didn't know the extent of things that were happening there. Those are my only two questions that we had. I do want to stress how great it is having the new center continue to move forward. They're pouring pads, the cement pads, the flooring. I noticed yesterday, so that's continuing today. We're very excited for that. And so we're on schedule for September of 2022. That's less than a year, so we're excited about that. There has been a lot of talk on Facebook about appointment-based adoptions here at the Animal Center. I want you all to know that this is not just my decision to continue with the appointment-based. This is a management decision. And also many of our employees, I said many, not all. There are some that don't like what they see as limitations, but it is a management-based decision of going forward with that. So we look forward to anybody that has questions on it. We can answer those because there are a lot of precautions that we're doing. Looks like there's a question: with the ending of the partnership with New Hope, do you have other prospective partners you are considering? We always have openings for partners. Do we have somebody that's going to come in and take their place immediately? No, we don't. We're going to be leaning on best friends. They've reduced the amount of animals they've taken, so we want to get back with them. The cool thing about New Hope is they were taking adult dogs, and they're really the hard ones to get moved through the system, as many of you know, for that. But we are working on finding somebody or finding another organization that can help us with that. Absolutely. So, Dr. Haddon, do you have anything you would like to say?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Bernice, do you have anything you'd like to mention?
No, I don't have anything right now.
Okay. Just some things I'm thinking of, similar to things I report to the board, or in our committees. The job hunting is still going forward, or position hunting. I'm not job hunting, no. But the positions, we have a veterinarian position that's open. We have a veterinarian. I want to make that clear. We have Dr. Haddon is our medical director, and she assists with surgery whenever possible in her busy schedule. But we have an opening for a veterinarian, and we still do. So if any of you know anybody, the job is open at the lascruces.org website. Just go to how do I, and then apply for a job, and then you'll have to search for veterinarian. We've sent out the cool little postcards that went out, over 200 of them went out in the region, not the state, but the region round about us, and also to some schools, websites, ASPCA, AWA, all those things that we're all a member of. So hopefully we can get somebody, convince them to come down. Another positions, the foster coordinator, full-time position is at HR City right now, as far as the position, finding out how much to get it paid. So the city partners with a consultant to review those. So the consultant looks at all the other foster coordinators in the same cities with approximate comparisons to what Las Cruces has, and they figure out a pay. It's been there for some time. I want to say about 3 months, but Bernice has sent out emails just last week asking for a follow-up. Every time we ask for a follow-up, that's what we're told it is that it's with the consultant, we express our deepest love for Jerry Wheelis, of what she's doing for us as the interim foster coordinator. She's doing a fabulous job. Her and Jessica are working hard to make sure these animals are getting out as best as possible, as much as possible. So we're grateful for that. Thank you very, very much. There's some questions going on. Yes, I can. This is Kathy. Yes, I will send you the stats. I have not gotten any more information from the city regarding the TNR budget or policies. There has been no improvement on taking the city process applications and our selected candidate. No, we haven't done anything since that time for there to be improvements. The only thing we've done is, I know, Bernice, we opened back up the front office and the animal caregiver positions. And so Bernice is tracking the dates that we request and the dates received, and we are tracking those those dates, so we can see how long those things are taking and then report them, just like we were asked to.
Yeah.
So.
And I do have to mention that I have seen a little bit of improvement in a couple of things. You know, we got when we were having trouble with trying to hire the animal caregiver, and trying to get that moving. So we did see a little bit of more movement in that, so that that's working. But we are, like Clint said, we're going to be tracking. We've already started that down, so we can kind of see what takes up time where, so then that way we can work on improving, and what is it that we need to do, or where changes need to be made, so that we can get the process to work faster. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
Another question is, any further progress on getting hiring done by ASCMV? What that question is pertaining to, I believe, is the ASCMV would like to take over the hiring processes and have somebody specific, like a HR or human resource representative here in the building, instead of being done at the city HR, which the city HR covers, all the departments of the city, whereas this person would just be for us. So no, there has not been any improvements on that. And I'll tell you why, is I think I sent a lot of the board members into a tailspin when I presented our big picture ideas. For a long time, I was stressing the importance of being with the city, but after I talked with managers, and I've also talked with our budget analyzer and other directors as well, that were on their own and they became part of a city or a county. The feedback I got was let's stay by ourselves. We have freedoms that we don't want to give up. And so we want to continue, but I want to move forward with animal control under us. So the city would have to give up animal control, and so would the county. JPA renegotiations, I should say, have not started yet. I've requested a meeting with the city and county. The city responded right away that they can want to work and to get a day, but I cannot get anybody from the city to respond to me, including some of our, the managers and assistant manager. So We're just a process you just got to work through. I think it's probably a process of getting the right person. So like their secretary or something. So I've sent those emails out. I'm just waiting for responses so we can get that discussion started. So yeah, Tina, I'll email you those as well so you can see them. And I believe that's all. Is there any we have a few minutes. Does anybody have anything, any questions they like to ask? Okay, Bernice, am I forgetting anything? Dr. Haddon, am I forgetting anything?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right, well, that will conclude then the November conversation at the center. It was a short conversation. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate guys coming, everybody coming. We look forward to a great November, and we appreciate everybody's support. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.